Hi, I'm Allison Brie.
I'm Gillian Jacobs.
I'm Yvette Nicole Brown.
Dan Harmon.
Jim Rash.
And I'm Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Yeah.
It's Joe McHale.
Oh, I love the guys.
This is
high
probably
five.
Yvette Nicole Brown's finest episode, I think.
Say it if you mean it.
Oh,
Stop wasting.
here comes Yvette.
Wasting
Oh,
the
Jim, you look
Here's
very
Yvette
pretty.
again.
Thank you.
Yvette again.
Thank
Jim, you look
They
pretty
abuse
too.
me so much in these commentaries, you guys. I hope people at home can sense it.
Do you think people are going to watch this at home?
This is one of the ones where
Free.
Gillian, look at you.
Oh my God.
I do
Gillian.
love your hair like that.
You look
Gillian.
like you're with you and Jim. It looks like a cool, like avant-garde guest commercial.
Oh.
This is going to be a rough one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe I should
you
just
asked
leave.
for this, Yvette.
No, I didn't. I
Oh
just
my gosh!
sincerely
Can we
said,
please just comment on my cleavage in this shot?
Yes, it's terrific.
Thank you.
But you know what? Your face looks amazing.
I don't know
Thanks,
that your
Joel.
hair has ever been
No
that
one
curly.
has said
Is that
anything
true,
about my
Gillian?
I know,
parting
Gil.
ass.
It was a new
pretty
look.
curly.
Here comes Yvette.
But it got super curly.
You guys, you're going to hurt my feelings. It's not funny.
We're going to try to dance the line. Just right down the line.
No, you're over the line.
Well, we could patch Chevy in.
This is
Yeah, when you give an overview of this one.
well, it doesn't. You can't. Yvette started this commentary by announcing to us that we're all mean to her and we never tell her she's pretty.
In the
and all this stuff.
commentary.
And so,
So now we're making jokes about it, and those jokes are over the line. I protest.
So now go back to the
who have
beginning
watched,
of this
those who
track
have watched, listened
and
to
watch all
commentaries
the
for
jokes,
3 years,
and you will get them.
you will understand
That Yvette
that's
is a
always,
horrible
Here's
person."
Yvette again. Why is she always so nice? Wish she'd shut up. That's what they do to me.
Why does Frank in here?
I just like. I'm so glad that this commentary really relates to this episode.
None of
and
them
that
do,
We're
Bree.
just giving them
None
insight.
None of them do.
Just good insight into
None of them do.
what it was
What-
like
what
shooting.
is this?
Let's not start
This
now.
is when I
is
have
it?
a boyfriend named Blade,
Ah,
and then
Yeah.
they lock me in a room,
This is some good.
and then Joel gets jolly.
Oh my god.
It's weird that I'm credited as writing this one because
Who wrote
I
it?
feel like we all write all of them.
Just can't shake from her system no matter how much she knows better. I lucked out with Andre, but God help me. As you all know, there's not a lot he couldn't get away with.
So what, Britta? You're in love with a guy who's named after a kickboxing vampire movie?
A fantastic kickboxing vampire movie.
No, I don't believe in love because of this guy named after a kickboxing vampire movie. Oh, Britta.
Oh, sweetie.
You want to watch Blade tonight?
Yes.
oh,
Oh, here we go.
The full opening.
oh, that's
We've used the full one.
I think it's
every
oh, you
episode.
always get it.
We
That's
don't always get it.
Yeah.
really.
Jim, I'm gonna fight you.
not one
Wow.
We
point.
do not always get the look on your face when I said we don't always get it. Well,
I didn't know we were gonna get mean and fight each other, guys.
I stopped using the short version of the title sequence after first season because we were so inconsistent that I believe that TV is supposed to be about, you want whatever your title sequence is, you want people to get the same one every time so that they
I
can
did
feel-
always think, like on Cheers, when they showed the full song, I was like, oh, this makes it a very special Cheers.
This was a part of Joel's contract. He wanted to know how many times he got to take his shirt off.
That's true.
I think this was number
It was actually-
5, so we only have like 3 left in the season.
Yeah.
it's actually part of my contract because I just want to watch Joel take his shirt off.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, I made you so uncomfortable. Sven.
Good.
Probably, folks, Joel didn't eat for the week before this was shot.
I was dizzy with starvation right there.
I remember you eating a grape and you started crying
I
afterwards.
was like, there's natural
Pipe it.
sugars in here.
And then he punched the grape.
Yeah.
He ate half
And it
the
was
grape and then punched
half
the
of
other
it was
half.
in his stomach, so he gave a good punch to the grape and then one into his stomach.
Joel's character is very angry this year because his body is screaming out for protein.
Yes. Gets really moody.
No. I played with this
trains
for
now.
hours after we shot.
There he is.
Here comes John Goodman.
John Goodman,
Look at that goatee.
who had something going on with the ponytail, right? So that became a runner.
Yeah, he did some movie where he had to have a ponytail and a beard or something. So we just started saying he's been going through some stuff. But the Goodman, through no fault of his, mostly of mine, the Goodman experiment was. I'm just gonna keep burping. Goodman experiment was kind of a misfire this season because it's like when you do guest stars that do multiple episodes like that, like a 6-episode arc, you rarely get to pick which episodes they're going to be, and so serialized storytelling with a A-list actor is a bad idea. If you're watching and you're planning on creating a show, I do story arcs and that are incredibly simple and easy to do. Like always ask yourself in your head, what if we find out that we have to use this person in a random week, or that we can't use them at any point. Run that. So anything.
Because you've broken stories, so it's hard to then change.
So if we get Will
Slip 'em in.
Smith on the show,
Wait, Will Smith's coming on the show?
he's going to come on for 8 episodes.
Yeah.
He's going to shoot 2 movies in between.
Then what I'll do is just have him be like a
different character every
a
time.
night watchman or something. I know that'll be as simple as that'll be it. I won't say he's a night watchman that finds a genie lamp and gets 3 wishes, and then the 3rd wish is for 1,000,000 wishes, but then he turns gay. Like, because some part of that story is going to end up getting rushed. And
The morning after this episode aired, somebody on Twitter sent a picture saying that they got to their desk and someone had put a banana saying this on their desk, and they had a picture of it. And I was like, oh, our fans are the best. Like, that made that person's day, that they had such a good friend that knew how much they loved the show. That they recreated this banana bit. Yes, I'm still talking.
It's a good banana bit. What was the name of Blade? What's that guy's name?
Kirk Fox.
Blade.
He's great.
Bad friends. Bad.
That's unfair. What about you guys? Okay, you don't like our movie. We can't say the word Blade. There's phones in the refrigerator. Oops.
I have a right to know! You're monsters! You're Hitlers! You're racist pedophiles! You're the opposites of Batman!
You don't know what that means.
again, as I've said on previous episodes, we found out we were out of money for some mysterious reason, but it provided all kinds of interesting things to do. Like, okay, let's just spend an episode in the apartment with these guys. Like, they're just doing their own little Cougar Town episode here.
Let's Potato Chips.
I had so much fun with Let's.
Our
and
new
that
sponsor.
What was the root beer was something Jekyll Island root beer.
It's like,
I had more commercials we made up.
oh
for
my
Let's.
God,
And
Jim
Jen-
had amazing jingles for Let's.
Let's get Let's.
I want to do an episode where they go to the Let's potato chip plant.
The tour.
And Dan, you pointed out like when we were trying to get the word Macallan, like I said Macallan, and there was a huge problem with it, but they were trying to come up with these other names for single malt scotches, but like when you see a word like Let's, it's like, oh, we're watching a TV show.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought that was such a great comment. It's like, oh, right, because no one in the world has ever eaten Let's potato chips in their life.
Well, Jim loves them.
Yeah. Oh,
It would be interesting to explain it though.
Sorry,
as some kind
guys.
of thing, like Greendale has Let's potato
What you got
chips.
over
and-
there?
I have some Let's. Now this is the cafeteria. Fun fact.
Yeah.
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 You got
This is like our most elaborate set. I
Yeah,
mean, one of the
inside.
most. Yeah, this huge carnival inside there.
Our set designers are incredible.
Incredible.
And the set dressers, I don't know the difference, but they're amazing.
Now-
The
And the
creepy-
fact that we've never left, in the last 2 years, we've never left Paramount. We've never left the stages.
we're forced to get creative.
Derek Hill for seasons 1 and 2 is the guy who made. And he's done Pirates movies and stuff. He was the one making everything look fantastic. Underneath him is all the various departments to make everything look like anything. He had to go do a different project season 3, so Denise moved up, took over his position, and seamlessly.
And knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, amazing.
She was the one who put together that carnival. And yeah, maybe Derek was a fraud the whole time and Denise was working behind.
Now, is Charlie St. Cloud like a Sony or Universal movie?
I'm glad that we've
Somehow-
had it since the beginning, since season 1. Annie has
Yeah.
always had that poster in her room. She's really committed.
She
to her
hasn't
love
moved on.
It's
for-
got to
for
be a
Charlie St.
Sony or
Cloud.
Universal property.
Over, Annie. Seriously.
I
I
think Zac
auditioned for
Efron
Charlie
is just a
St.
huge
Cloud.
fan.
How did it go?
Did you? Yes.
For their trust. Perfect.
You didn't get it?
I haven't seen it, but I recently considered putting it on my Netflix queue
Oh, Lord.
Oh, boy.
after this episode.
I'm surprised you haven't seen it.
Are you really? You guys don't know me at all.
What do you? What? Oh my God. If anyone out there needs to know
so-
Allison's taste in movies,
Allison, number one movie you've seen the
number
most
one movie
times.
you love.
It's hard to say.
Love Potion number 9.
Now that's
Okay, look.
tell the truth. That sweater wouldn't actually button, would it? It wouldn't actually.
It just, we couldn't, I don't know what happened
Those
with the
buttons are
cleavage
decorative.
here.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
It would be a
It
very
was-
odd
there
looking
would be
sweater.
sort of like a hole happening, like it was pulling. It just this seemed to be the better choice, and I didn't realize at the time
It's probably
really how
egregious, right?
low it was.
And you might kill someone when the button would burst
Would
off.
just pop
It
off
would be
into
like a
someone's
bullet.
eye.
It would make a bullet sound, leaving.
I was very comfortable this week in those monkey pajamas. Women's pajamas.
We missed my favorite line, which is, man, this guy does not give vampires a square inch of leeway.
He's seeing this for the first time.
Well, why would you phrase it that way?
Allie, you broke the
this
very
guy
expensive
really-
prop phone, didn't you?
Oh my God!
Who
yes.
does give vampires a
Well,
square
Yeah,
inch
a
of leeway?
square inch of leeway. Like,
Great
well, some
story.
people at least will hear him out before they put a stake through their heart.
Yeah, we did totally get in trouble for breaking the prop phone, Danny and I. Or maybe just me. I think
Just
I was
you.
just playing catch with myself and the phone.
That's right.
Danny and I have a bad track record of
Remember when you threw
breaking
Danny's phone at
expensive-
himself?
Yeah, one time I threw Danny's phone at his face because I thought it would be funny, but it actually hit him in the face and made a big bruise on his face, and we had to shoot the scene anyway. I don't know what I thought was going to happen.
Wow.
When I chucked the phone.
I didn't know
at
about
his-
that.
Yeah, I literally held up the phone and said, Danny, look at this. And when he looked at it, I threw it up at his face.
I discovered about halfway through the season that the one way to develop Shirley's character into something other than Ned Flanders is to stick her with Joel. Like, they have good chemistry together.
great
It took me a long time to realize that, because the gossip episode, it was like episode 4 of the first season, when they were having the gossip problem and whatever. I mean, it had to go all the way back to that in my head after not listening to a bunch of people telling me that.
And then foosball.
Yep.
That moment that just happened with Chang and Pierce too is one of my favorite things in this episode, because I didn't know that it was gonna I didn't know it was coming, because we were just in the apartment the whole
Yeah.
time, and when this episode aired, I just died.
Well, another thing that happens when you're under budget is, when you're over budget, is you try to figure out ways to shoot faster, and so you try to figure out really simple things to do with Chevy that involve him walking from one place to another with a maximum of one other actor, or sitting on a bench. And so we try to. You'll see this season, like or like we'll put, he'll have a fishbowl on his head or something, so it'll be like his photo double, or like he'll be in an airlock, like everyone's a ventriloquist puppet. Just it's all about Chevy minimization.
That's fine. It's fine. We just won't answer it.
Want to go to your voicemail?
Is that the BlackBerry?
That's the phone I broke, because it had this special thing in it that buzzed and then made it vibrate so that we could use it.
So this is fair. This could just be an episode of Friends or something. I mean, this is standard sitcomery, not in a bad way.
I don't know if they would cast Jim in Friends.
No, they would not.
Yes, he was. He was in the series finale of Friends.
In your face.
Dang it! What did you play?
I played a passenger on the episode. I got Jennifer Aniston, got her thrown off the plane because I said the phalange was missing.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had a not a lot of hair, but a nice portion. I judge my career by how much hair is on my head. Here I am going through the receding years.
I got my fake bachelor's degree, and then I cheated on the LSAT.
It's really nice to hold a gun.
How do you cheat on the LSAT? How? A magician never reveals his
That's
secrets,
great.
my friend.
Everyone at home just went, I'm going to pause that and just think about what Joel just said.
I feel real. Can I just carry a rifle next year if we get another season, Dan?
And that looks like a really intense one.
Yeah. Not too sure.
I don't know why you two had to pretend to be married in order to scope this guy out. It just seemed like a sitcom thing to do.
Because
I
he
do
wouldn't.
enjoy
He'd
it.
be like, "Sorry, can't give it to her unless you're married." It's a rule that I have.
Hey, ducks. All right, one more round.
He also does stand up, by
Yeah,
the way.
this guy was he's the perfect Blade.
He's a really
He
nice
was-
guy. He emailed me when he got the part, and he emailed me after rapping, like not in an obnoxious way, like just being like, "This is a cool show. I really like it. Thanks for hiring me. Thanks for, you don't have to do that to be welcome on the show. That pops in my head that he's.
Have you seen him on Parks and Rec? He's really good.
Yeah.
He's really good.
In case we have to, Shirley. In case we have to.
Okay, I lied. I haven't.
What the? Why would you?
I don't
agree?
know. I
Very
felt like
non-committal mumble.
No.
It's okay. I mean,
after they pulled us off the air, I stopped pretending to watch every other TV show. Like I used to be on Twitter, being like, "30 Rock's coming up. Whoa, Liz Lemon, get out of here!" And then they pulled us off the air, and I was like, "Fuck me and fuck the world." I just started drinking 1,000,000 quarts of vodka every hour, and as a result, you have season 3 of Community. I also began the season by making the brilliant decision to break up with my 3-year girlfriend and near fiance. So just like I couldn't have been more emotionally unstable for this season. But it's fine because third chapter of a story is supposed to be the dark one. So if we
Wow.
survive, if I didn't get us canceled, fourth season will be great. I got a new girlfriend.
How happy were you when the show came back with those ratings?
I was. What do you mean?
When the first-
happy as a clam. I don't know. How do you, well, I was, and I
Did
was,
you have
and
to
I was
cele-
embarrassed because I was like, oh, now here come the shitty episodes. That I have no idea what I was doing. Like, oh, great. Like the fans like fought for the show. They feel like they won it back. We got a 2.2. Oh, here comes Carnival episode.
You didn't think that you weren't happy with you?
It's fine. I agree
Wait,
I
are you
agree with
saying
our
that you
fans
don't
that
like
our
this
worst
episode?
episodes are better than everything on TV. But we have bad episodes. We have to measure it by something.
You're
Measure
saying this is a bad episode.
Well, I just that was a joke. I was being kind of sardonic about it. But I don't know. What's our worst episode of this season? Let's say.
I think the abortion episode.
That was a bad choice.
Was really.
The musical number alone was.
The leukemia episode was really hard.
You remember Moonlighting did a miscarriage episode? And, well, girls, there was a show called Moonlighting in the 80s.
Wait, what?
Bruce Willis played his own
But he's a movie
unborn
star.
child in a womb and did a musical number
God.
during which Sybil Shepherd was going through a miscarriage. So he was singing like, and the episode was about the fact that the
Wow.
baby inside Sybil
And
Shepherd
we
was
get
dying.
accused of being out there?
Well, that's why Moonlighting ruined it for a lot of people because they went hog wild, like with experiments and genre manipulation and stuff, and the result was, regarded as a mistake. It was like people loved Dave and Maddie, like will they, won't they, in a detective show, and then they started going, yeah, but what if they were doing Taming of the Shrew, and so it took a while to shake that off.
Wow.
Like heavy metal ruined animation movies for adults. Like, it's like, it sounds like heavy metal. Moonlighting kind of is why when you say, then let's do a time travel episode, people go, fuck you, do your job. Do a Cheetos episode. But
Do
call
a
them
Let's
Bleedos.
episode.
They did. So he played the baby in her womb.
Yeah.
Did a song and dance number, and then the baby miscarried.
If you wanna see some interesting television, get like a Moonlighting box set and start like watch the latter seasons. Like it's weird. Permanent Midnight, Jerry Stahl, the writer.
Yeah.
That movie's about. He was a Moonlighting writer at that in the crazy times.
I keep getting distracted by what you're saying there.
Isn't a loser.
Yeah, so I'm going to now say in interviews, I'm going to be like, well, we're not as crazy as Moonlighting.
What are you doing here?
I just got back from the carnival where I met Blade.
Is he okay? How is he?
He's brain damaged.
Well, let's not be petty.
No, I'm serious. He showed me the scar. 10 years ago, before we even met you, a loose bolt flew off a Ferris wheel.
Troy's text message is him saying that he loves Britta. It's not whatever he specifically said is the whatever's in the briefcase in Pulp Fiction. It's something of value. It's something that isn't abusive. It's something that a woman should like to hear from a man in a text message. But Britta's warped, and it would defile it to bother to. But I'm sure it was very simple and very lovely, very honest. Troy is he's a sincere character. He doesn't have any wingerness
I
to
just
him.
love that he started out as like a star football player.
Yeah.
And he's in the Dreamatorium and blanket for us.
remember when the show was about study group?
Vaguely.
Yeah, Abbott doesn't give a crap.
Annie?
It's the value of the evolution of some of these people. You start someplace and then they become this whole new thing. Maybe based on partly the performer, right? And partly what you guys have vision for.
Yeah. What the hell did that mean, Jim?
What?
I don't.
Wow.
No, I was just looking. I was trying to get real for a second.
Well, I did. You got so real. I didn't even.
Characters are funny to me. They say things and they emote. Then all of a sudden they change.
I'm going to play James Lipton right now.
But I will say, for not knowing what this text was, everyone in this did a very nice job
This
to
is a-
convey it just was a nice moment and wrap up for this episode.
This is our stock and trade proudly. These moments at the end, like it's very important to follow up lunacy or mediocrity with like this good stuff. Like other shows can't do that.
And
characters looking around at each other.
The music, the Ludwig Göransson music.
This was late at night. I remember this.
I think Danny shot his coverage to no audience.
Yes, no one was there for this. And
I think you
it's just like a
subbed
real
in for
comedy
me,
club.
Jim,
Well,
didn't
also
you?
they never.
I was not supposed to
Yeah,
be in this. That was
I
supposed
was
to be
really
Britta.
sick.
And she was very sick, so they said, "Do you mind staying late?" And I said, "Oh my God, I have this important paper due tomorrow."
Aw, Jim.
And I said, "You know what? I'm going to do it for her."
Jim's getting a degree in biology.
And she has not thanked me to this day for sitting in.
All right,
and
now
having
tell the real story, Jim.
No, look how much coverage I'm getting for being there. I got that.
really
The
bad.
hand,
That
the
was
hand
good.
got in
I
there.
have to
That
put
was
a
really
bit in
good.
there.
I had a bad sinus infection.
They were too busy not getting the shot that reveals that brick wall is a flat in the study room.
Yeah.
Like, look at this shot. Like if you have HD, then you can see a little bit of a computer monitor.
Yeah.
I like how you took that coat from Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman.
Oh, thank you guys.
Thanks.